For most of the couples we see, we find that a lot of them struggle in four key areas. One is effective communication. They might be in these patterns of communicating and they've got kind of gotten into a rut. Maybe they're seeing a lot of defensiveness or criticism or shutting down, shutting each other out. And so we work to help them get into a place where they're more effective with the skills that they use so that they can start to build conversations that get them to a better place. And then it also takes us to the next thing I was going to say, which is that a lot of our couples that we work with, they learn in our sessions to promote emotional intimacy. Oftentimes in communication, when we're using that in effective communication, we don't really feel emotionally safe in conversations. And this goes all ways, not just one gender specific, but we might find ourselves using less effective forms of criticism or sarcasm and not really getting to the more vulnerable pieces because we don't sense emotional safety. We don't sense that the person, our spouse, our partner is going to show up for us. And so instead, we use some of these more protective responses. In our therapy sessions, we learn to do it a little bit differently. We also work to help couples start to create experiences. And this is backed by a couple of different couples therapy models. But basically, when we're in a couple, we often find that we get into our groove of doing things and we forget to be intentional about our relationship. So we're going to work, we might be getting the kids, walking the dog, doing our thing, but we forget to be intentional about creating experiences with each other. Some of those experiences can be friendship building. So maybe we watch the same show together every night. And then others of them can be building more towards romanticism. And we do that by creating more exposure to novelty. So going to a new place, trying a new thing together. And then some of our experiences are rituals for connection. So we might sip tea together on the back porch, as an example. And our couples learn that we want to try to be intentional about how we connect by creating new experiences. And the final thing that we find so often for our couples is that it's really important for them to work on rebuilding trust. Sometimes it's because we're in a new stage of life and we're not sure how we relate to each other in this new stage of life. But sometimes it's just because we've build a distance between ourselves emotionally so we don't feel emotionally safe to trust each other. And then sometimes there is infidelity or other issues that get in the way of trust. And so we work to rebuild those things.